Hey everybody, welcome back to another video on the channel. Now today, I'm going to be talking about something that I've been thinking about for a very long time, and I think a lot of the Nintendo community has been thinking about this as well, but I want to give my take on it as well. Now, one thing I've been thinking about is Nintendo Directs, and haven't we all? We haven't had a proper Nintendo Direct for the best part of a year. At this point, it was September, so we've almost reached that year mark from an actual real proper Direct. And you know, I get this every single month. You know, every time a new month rolls around, everybody always asks the same question. Will a Nintendo Direct happen within this month? And obviously, with August being on the horizon, or with August being here by the time you're seeing this video, you know, people will already be asking, are we going to get one in August? Is it going to be a thing? We're going to finally get one. Is it going to be finally the time to have a Direct where we have a big 30-40 minute long presentation and we have a load of announcements for this year and also a little bit of next year? And as much as I'd like that, I'm not really sure, and as none of us are really sure this time with this climate and everything going on. But you know, I feel personally, if Nintendo has something to announce for the holiday season, for the end of this year, which they have done every single year, you know, with 2017 being Mario Odyssey being the big game, 2018 being Super Smash Bros. Being the big game, 2019 being Pokemon, you know, they've always had these big announcements, these big games always launch for that, you know, that big Christmas season, because that's when games sell. People give, you know, gifts that time of year. Nintendo makes a lot of money that time of year. Lots of businesses make money that time of year, so they always try to save one massive title for the end of the year, and that's happened almost every single year, you know, throughout Nintendo. Even in the Wii U days, 2015, they were saving things like Mario Tennis for the end of the year. They would have big releases at the end of the year, or Xenoblade for the end of the year, and this year we haven't seen that yet. And I think, you know, with us launching into August pretty soon, or by the time you're seeing this, maybe even in August, and we haven't still heard anything, Nintendo could be leaving it a little bit too late. And I mean that in a sense of, you know, when we've had these big releases be announced, Mario Odyssey, you know, Smash Bros, they've been announced months in advance, way before now. And, you know, it's starting to get a little bit scary. You know, this could be the rest of our year. But on the other hand, you know, if they're going to announce these big Christmas game, this big holiday title, I would imagine they want to be doing that kind of soon. You know, when we have these big, massive games, they usually have a little bit of time to build up from it. You know, even smaller games like Kirby or Yoshi have had over a year or 6 to 8 months to sort of get us all excited. And there's less than 6 months left of the year, and we still don't know what our big holiday title is. So people are getting concerned at this point, and rightfully so. People just want to know more. And I don't think it's a case of people are entitled, or people are greedy, or just always demanding more games. I think it's a thing of, you know, the community really wants to have something to talk about. And I think a lot of the Nintendo community, you know, thrives off of YouTube, and people talking about it, and people speculating, and people saying, will this thing happen, or this thing's happening, I'm excited for this. And, you know, if X YouTuber is playing through, you know, any random game from their back catalogue, then that's not as exciting as, you know, a new release. And I heard all this from the Spawnwave podcast. If you guys have seen that, I recommend checking out. A lot of Nintendo YouTubers are on there, and they were talking about this idea of having a Direct in August, and I agree. I don't think it's a sense of people are demanding new games. I think people are demanding, or really wanting us, you know, as a community, just to talk about something new. And this year we sort of, you know, had a very slow year, in the sense of, you know, Animal Crossing came out in the first quarter, and everyone was like, okay, talk about that. That came out, and then now we're done. We're searching then for this next thing to come out. And that's what I think the problem is here. I think people are wanting things to talk about. And I don't think it'd be as bad if Nintendo was to say, right, we're going to try and do this. This game is coming out in January next year, this game's happening, you know. But I think people just want things to say. People just want things to talk about, you know. We just want, as a community, something to all be excited for. And that's why people are asking, is there going to be a Direct this month? And in my opinion, you know, as the months go on, it's getting less and less likely that I think we're going to get a Direct. Because, you know, more time's going on, and there just hasn't been one. I think we've reached the point where, you know, people are just not expecting one at this point. People want one, and people are hoping for one, but I don't think anyone's expecting one. And I think it's a shame that we haven't had one yet, but maybe it's all circumstance. And, you know, last month we had, little third-party direct, which was about 8 minutes, and they announced more of those. So I could see them maybe doing a little partner direct, which would be really interesting to see. But yes, I think as a community, people are really, really wanting a direct at this point, and maybe we'll get one in September, and maybe it'll happen. Maybe, like, the thing is, right, it's a hard question to answer because Nintendo is so king of the left field, as they say. They're so unpredictable, so it is hard to predict when the next direct will be. But it could be this month. There's no evidence to say it will be this month. There's no evidence to say it'll be next month. There's no evidence to say that we'll never get a direct again. There's no evidence for anything. So Nintendo fans are just sort of just waiting around. And, to answer the question, is there going to be a direct this month? Maybe. Maybe not. None of us know. And it's the strangest time to be a Nintendo fan. Like, I feel like even in the Wii U days, we had some kind of idea what was on the horizon. We had an idea of, there's new games coming out, or this game's coming next year, or this game's coming next year. And, obviously the world was a different place when the Wii U was around and all that. But, I feel like some kind of announcement of, okay, this is coming, look forward to this. Not even this is coming out this year, or this, not even a release date, not even a release year. I think Nintendo just needs to say, this is happening, we're working on this, we don't know when it's going to be out, it's out when it's out. And I felt like that would calm the community down so much. But I don't know. That's sort of my opinion on the whole direct thing. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think we'll be getting a direct soon? Do you think we'll be getting a direct shortly? Do you think we'll get one at all? Do you think we'll just get more, little mini developer, third-party conferences? Do you think we'll get announcements on Twitter? For example, maybe getting a Mario 3D World Deluxe on Twitter. We don't really know, and I just want to know your thoughts. Do you think we're going to get one? Because in this video, it's kind of been hard to talk about it because it could happen this month, it could also not, and I feel like Nintendo fans are just dying for a direct, and this is kind of just a sort of a conversation video. So, put down in the comments, when do you predict the next direct will be? When would you like a direct? What would you even like to be announced in a direct? Just let me know all your thoughts, and I'll see you in another video where I talk about Nintendo. Alright, cheers for watching.